this is Aarti and Marissa, and you are listening to the podcast Birth Yourself Brave. Welcome to the Series 3 of Birth Yourself Brave podcast. We are continuing the same theme where we're empowering you on your self-improvement and fertility journey. And I'll be also interviewing fertility specialists, other professionals, some wonderful individuals. I've got some lovely lineups for you. Now, the change in the Series 3 is that it will be a combination of having these podcasts where I, the host, will be sharing some concepts, some ideas, theory, research, practices to empower us on our Birthing Ourselves Brave journey. Alongside other episodes where I'll be interviewing professionals to validate and further support our chats and our lovely insights so that we can carry on our journey of self-development. Today is about the Cloak of Compassion. I've been on this amazing, life-changing Compassion Summit, and compassion has always been a prime element of the work that I do. Actually, I've also at the moment offering these wonderful programs for individuals for one-to-one work, which is the C program, and it's abbreviated for clarity, courage and confidence. And courage is simultaneous to compassion. So it can also be a substitute to a certain extent. So yes, we're talking about Cloak of Compassion. And this can be reframed as Cloak of Courage as well. So let's start talking about this. When we think about compassion, we often feel that compassion is of the weak-willed, of the weak-hearted. However, compassion is much more than simply being kind, and it's definitely not for the weak-hearted, because it's having that strength and that willpower to sit with our discomfort rather than run away from it or cover it with sweetness, because yes, it's all about changing our perspective in life. However, there are certain things like the pandemic that we're going through at the moment that this podcast is released. We can't change it. It is extremely uncomfortable for many. A lot of us have lost a lot of loved ones. We may continue to. It's the way life is. And that's one of the tenets of compassion. It's like human suffering is common. It's what we all go through. We cannot escape from it. I love the analogy of the mouse being chased by the cat, and sometimes the mouse just wants to dig a hole and bury himself within the ground, but the cat is still going to catch you. So sometimes sitting with it and being able to witness it in a detached form is actually a pathway to healing rather than running away from it and making it allowing it to be enveloped by this unrealistic cloak of positivity. It's a balance. So sit with it so that you can actually be able to overcome it and let it be rather than let it go. Both have its place, let it go and let it be. And I wanted to share this quote by Dr. Confield. He's an author, a Buddhist practitioner, has a PhD in clinical psychology. He is a great teacher of Vipassana meditation, has even had gatherings with the Dalai Lama. He's a great Buddhist teacher, as I said. So in one of his quotes, he says, compassion is also an act of courage in that we deliberately turn towards suffering rather than averting our gaze. This is key to be able to help us go through our journey. So if it's shock and trauma that we have gone through, or it's that little trivial aspects of life, a lot of us are homeschooling at the moment. We have parents in nursing homes and we're unable to see them, or we cannot connect with our clients. We are all going through different life experiences, but being compassionate is to turn towards it, to address it rather than to bury it under the carpet, under the ground. So definitely with kindness to yourself, muster the courage to face what we're going through. And the practice of compassion, and I'm going to be sharing a beautiful practice towards the end of this episode, it has a direct effect on the brain. So what characterizes compassion is that the parts of the nervous system can transform a kind of fight or flight stress response shift into what looks more like a caregiving or courageous response. So we're often trying, a lot of our roles is of a firefighter. When the fire is there, is blazing, fully, it's encompassing everything around us, we become firefighters. Yet if we're able to develop this beautiful, elegant cloak of compassion around us at all times, we're not firefighting because we are responding rather than reacting from a basis of strength and courage. We are activating our caregiving, our soothing part of the brain, rather than the drive and the threat system. So it's all about understanding that the development of compassion and understanding for others and ourselves, or ourselves and others, whichever you want to allow to be first, brings us tranquility and happiness that we're all seeking. And what happens in the brain, so we've got a little almond shape amygdala in our brain, and that's usually what is responsible for our fight and flight. So with a compassionate practice or meditation where we're able to focus and sit in stillness and silence, we are actually reducing the size, or we are deactivating it. So the amygdala signals dangers, but sometimes it's overactivated and signals too much danger, or even danger that is not there. We often procrastinate. We often make our problems bigger than life. So we either don't do it, we run away, or we're constantly in that stressful, that panic attack, that constant drive. So a compassionate practice helps us to be able to lessen that burden and deactivate the amygdala, the fight, flight, the constant doing. So it's always nice to put a bit of science in it so that we're able to tune into this. And the key is, as the Dalai Lama says, a true compassionate attitude towards others does not change even if they behave negatively or hurt you. So it's that detached sense that we're trying to develop, that whatever's happening in our life, if we're really truly able to create this distance from it, what is happening is not going to change, but our response will change. And again, I'm going to use this quote of Dalai Lama where he says, a truly compassionate attitude towards others does not change even if they behave negatively or hurt you. Now, this does not mean that we encourage others to treat us badly, of course not. But it's about knowing when to speak, knowing when to respond so that it is effective. Further on, Dalai Lama also says, if you want others to be happy, practice compassion. If you want to be happy, practice compassion. So it's first looking after yourself before we look after others, but not being affected by what others do, so it really doesn't matter. Now this is the right time to start tuning into this beautiful practice of compassion that I'll be guiding you through. So if you want to pause or get yourself comfortable, have a blanket if it's cold, depending when you're listening to this, and give yourself some time and space to engage in this practice of love and kindness. For yourself or a friend going through a difficult emotion, a difficult time. So give yourself a moment to connect and notice the sensations in your body just sitting here. A sense of your head resting on your neck, resting on your shoulders, back and your lower body, all supported by gravity. Endeavour to sit in a dignified posture where your spine is upright but not rigid, alert and relaxed. And now turn your attention to your breath, developing a curious attitude towards the breath, and notice where one breath ends and the next one begins. Can you feel the temperature of the breath? Allow the breath to move with its own rhythm and follow it. With every out-breath, allow your body to sink deeper into your seat. And now, gradually bring to your mind a time where you experienced a sense of warmth, connection, or safety with another being. You can choose a situation that you've maybe thought about before, or choose another one. Allow that situation to come to your mind. If there's a lot of variety that you can choose from, choose the first one that comes to your mind. Make it easy for yourself. Let yourself drop into that moment as much as you can recall, and put yourself in that situation so that you can allow all the details to appear in your mind's eye, tuning into it fully. Can you recall the feeling in your chest? Do you sense the curve of a smile wanting to form on your face, or through the twinkle of your eyes? The safe feeling in your belly. Drop into it for a moment. Next, bring to your mind an image of someone you care about, you greatly care about. And you have a warm feeling towards them, a positive connection. As best as you can, try to get an image or sense of that person in your mind's eye. You may, perhaps, if it feels comfortable, imagine sitting beside them or walking alongside them. It may be helpful to place a hand on their back or shoulder. The key is to be fully present for the person you care about. And now extend words of kindness, of good wishes towards them. I'll be mentioning some phrases. Feel free to use these, or words that come from the core of your heart, to wish love and kindness towards this being. May you be well. May you be kind to yourself. May you be joyful. May you be safe and at ease. Allow yourself to connect to these phrases, and it may be towards you and the other person. May you be well. May you be kind to yourself. May you be joyful. May you be safe and at ease. Further extending the wishes of kindness and warmth. Carry on repeating these phrases. May you be well. May you be kind to yourself. May you be joyful. May you be safe and at ease. Gradually feel yourself easing, tuning into your breath. Allow that image to fade away, and be present to what is for you now. Sitting in the space. Appreciate the sounds around you, the light, the air touching your skin. Appreciate that you've been doing something skillful the last few minutes. You've actually express their intention to cultivate an attitude of kindness and friendliness and generosity, compassion and courage towards others and yourself. So sitting where you are at, feel the warmth and kindness that may have emerged. And if you decided to close your eyes, you can open them now. You may want to journal how this felt and how you would want to change this practice of repeating these love and kindness phrases to somebody that you love, and perhaps to yourself, feeling that unity, that beautiful relationship that we share with other humans, be that we care for. And to end this podcast, I thought I'll take another quote by Dalai Lama where he says, "Compassion is not a religious business. It is human business. It is not luxury. It is essential for our own peace and mental stability. It is essential for human survival." So do tune into this again and practice this love and kindness technique, because it will change. It will reprogram the way you think, the way you act, gradually. Small little steps. It's doing it consistently. And I'll be sharing in the next episodes other techniques, interviews with others that will help you navigate through this journey of birthing yourself brave, of being that beacon of light for yourself and for others. Thank you for listening. Please do not forget to rate, review and subscribe for future episodes, and also to let other people know that we exist. If there are any links that I mentioned in the podcast that you're unable to view, visit my website artiamarissa.com under the tab of podcasts. I hope you've enjoyed and have a lovely day.